and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3. Man, it's nice to be able to be at a point in the game where I can just break up the Tartarus expeditions, not have to spam out 2 Tartarus videos in a row. Should also allow me to upload videos a bit more regularly, especially since I'm done with my Citadel and Look Outside side quests. Regardless, we are going to be just idling away our evenings until we get to the next full moon. There is actually a secondary file I'm going to be loading midway through this video, and by midway through I mean in a few minutes more than likely, but we'll go over that when we get there. First order of business, before we just hang out with anyone tonight, the only person that there is to hang out with, or rather the only one to hang out with that we haven't already completed all the events for, is Koromaru, so we'll be watching DVDs with him in a little bit, but let's get everybody's dialogue, as I am wont to do. How are your results for the exams? Mine were the usual. Well, we can't be wasting time worrying about exam results right now. Our priority should be to train as much as we can for the final battle. Yes, indeed. Of course, I've already got all the training taken care of, as you will see in a little bit. What's up, Fuuka? Let me pick your brain for a little bit. Have you seen the exam results? Mine actually weren't as bad as I thought they'd be, but I feel like I could have done much better. Made me realize that I'm still stewing over all sorts of things. I have to keep it together. Hey, don't worry about it, Fuuka. There's plenty of time to pull it back. I guess I performed satisfactory in chemistry and mathematics, but I performed poorly in other subjects. But since I specialize in combat, these results are not unexpected. Well, at least Aigis has a glass half full attitude about it. Whew, no Fs. Now I don't have to go to Aragaki-san's grave and tell him I failed. Hey, also Junpei, ditto for Junpei. Aigis-san said she didn't do well on her exams. Maybe some academic specs had to be sacrificed to make her over-specialized in combat. I guess robots have their own share of problems too, huh? Yeah, I kind of feel bad for her, honestly. Well, the exam results have been posted. Now we don't have that hanging over our heads anymore. Let's focus on Tartarus. The next operation will be our last one, so let's put our all into preparing for it. Absolutely, Yukari, and in due time. Now, Koromaru, the TV remote is at Koromaru's feet. Watching a show on animals with Koromaru could uselessly boost my academics. We are capped out, so that's not that helpful, but let's watch with him anyways. It'll make him happy. Look at that. It's another episode of that docu-series about a wolf pack. In this one, a mischievous pup is playing with his father. Koromaru seems kinda sad. Aw, come on, Koromaru. Do you miss your parents? Koromaru seems fixated on the scene. His eyes hold a trace of longing. I wonder if he misses his parents, like I said just a little bit ago. Watching how animals live in the wild helped me improve my academics. Somehow. Regardless, we have a little bit more wolf trivia at our disposal, should that come up on the next exam. Looks like there's more to this documentary series on wolves. Maybe I'll watch it with Koromaru again whenever I have the time, and perhaps he'll get an ability out of it.
Alright, time for class. I know you've been busy lately, but you all remembered to do your homework, right? Just because you're not taking a humanities class next year doesn't mean you can blow off classic lit. Hey, are you all listening to me?
What's wrong, Fuuka? You look kind of down. Huh? Talk to me. What's bothering you?
It's just Aragaki-senpai.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty shocking. I'd never seen him in school, but he'd always be hanging around town. And now he's just gone. It's hard to put it into words.
I took it for granted that everyone would always be around, that nothing would ever change. But some things you can never get back. I didn't consider how easily it could happen. Once I realized that, I started thinking about my parents. I've sort of been avoiding the question, but is it okay for me to leave things with them like this?
Parents, huh? Yeah, that's a tough one. But I think you'll work it out, Fuuka.
Moriyama, what are you waiting for? Come on up.
Yeah.
Would it kill you to give your classmates a proper goodbye?
Huh? What's going on?
Hi everyone. I know I haven't been here that long, but I feel like I've made some good friends. I'll remember each and every one of you after I transfer. Thank you all. How's that?
Wait, transfer? What?
You're a weird one, you know that? The biggest bitch in school is leaving and you're gonna miss her?
You're transferring, and you didn't say anything?
It's not like it would have made a difference. Why make us both depressed? But yeah, my dad suddenly collapsed. And they say it'll take a while for him to recover because of some complications. We don't really have that much money, so we can't afford to stay in this area. You know, now that I think about it, you're the only one who bothered being friends with a weirdo like me. But like I said before, we're both in the same boat. My parents act like I don't even exist. I hate living with them. That's why I was so jealous when you moved into the dorm.
Natsuki-chan.
You know, you've really changed, Fuuka. You're a lot more cheerful now. But why'd you move when your house is, like, right here?
Huh? Well,
If you don't want to say, that's okay. I'm sure you've got your reasons. But if it's something that you and your parents can work out, then do it while you have a chance. It'll be a while before my dad's in any condition for us to have a heart-to-heart. What am I doing? This isn't what I wanted to talk about. You know, Fuuka, I used to think every day was just the same depressing routine. And I'm only saying this because it's you, but you don't really get many second chances in life.
Natsuki-chan.
I guess this is the last time I'll see this view. I won't be in school next week because I'll be packing, so I guess this is goodbye.
No!
Don't you dare come see me off. I want to say goodbye on my own terms. Come on, don't give me that look.
But you're leaving so suddenly.
Hey, I'm not all broken up about this, just so you know. I've changed a lot since I met you. I'm gonna try and figure out what I really want to do with my life.
I know you can do it, Natsuki-chan.
Well, now I really feel like I gotta do it. No pressure, right?
No.
I got one last thing I want to say before I go. If you just accept the way things are, then you'll never move forward. Just like me. So I hope you can figure out what you want too.
What I want, I used to try and please everyone just to fit in. I was afraid of not being liked. So, I always went along with the people around me. But I never really thought about what I wanted.
That's so you. Well, if they don't like you for who you are, I say screw them. But I like you, Fuuka. Even if you hate yourself.
Natsuki-chan.
Well, I better get going.
Huh? Natsuki-chan? Here, even if we're apart, we're still connected. So, we can always talk, right? Thanks for being my friend. I'm kinda tearing up now. Natsuki-chan. Even if we're apart, we're still connected. I get it now, Natsuki-chan. I'd always assumed my powers were a reflection of my faults. I was always worried about how other people see me, and that's why my powers let me see others. But I guess there is something I want after all. Seeing everyone getting along and working together makes me so happy. So, I want us to treasure this forever. I have the power to connect people, even when they're apart. My persona has given me this amazing gift. The friendship I've always wanted.
The resolution in Fuuka's heart has awakened a new persona. Fuuka's persona, Lucia, has given rise to Juno. And now we have Revelation for Fuuka, an upgraded version of Oracle. In addition to all the previous effects that Oracle could do, Revelation can also potentially give your entire team Mind Charge and Power Charge, or rather Charge and Concentrate in this game. Additionally, it now has the ability to fully heal the party, as in their HP, their SP, and revive them from death, should they be knocked out. So, some very, very good stuff here. Essentially, a button that can just turn the fight around if it's going absolutely terrible, assuming that your protagonist hasn't been killed, of course. Yeah, not too much else to say about it, although I think it might also increase the power of the HP and SP standalone restorations. I'm not 100% sure on that. Otherwise, Fuuka does not really get any other upgrades from her persona upgrading since, well, she's a non-combatant to begin with, so not really much else for her to get there. Obviously, in Persona 3 FES and Portable, this instead just unlocks more new skills for her to learn via leveling, which we'll go over once we reach the relevant montage part.
There you are.
Oh, what are you all doing here?
It is unusual to find you up on the rooftop.
Well, we didn't see you around, so we weren't sure if you were alright.
I think I figured it out.
Okay?
I've made up my mind. I'm going to do everything I can with the power I've been given. This is what I've decided I want to do.
Sure?
Sorry. I guess that was out of nowhere, wasn't it?
You sure you're alright?
Well, with that nice little scene taken care of, I think it's time for yet another round of Faculty Roulette. And hey, Pater! Ah, Zeller, I've been waiting for you. Okay, no, not really. I looked and looked, but there's nothing at my house that's not related to Masamune. This didn't belong to Masamune personally, but it still has ties to him, so... Do you really need this? Maybe you've reconsidered? Not that I'm reluctant at all to give it to you, of course. So I'll give it to you, but... You'll take good care of it, right? It'll become a family heirloom, right? And we get the Kanetsugu's helm.
Glad to hear it.
You must be proud, Zeller. You've got a family heirloom now. Yeah, I guess this is how it should be. Well, I've still got a few of those left at home. This is the second time I've given a helm to a student, after all. That baby. Do you know him? He's an exchange student in my class. Back in the spring, when he first came here, he admired it so much that I let him have it. It does my heart good to see the samurai spirit still alive in you kids, even those from a foreign country. It must be because the glorious lives of the Sengoku generals transcend history. Masamune Date, for example, the amazing thing about him is that he... And he's just gonna go on and on. I enjoyed even more stories about Masamune. I have a deeper understanding of history. And once again, we get another useless point of academics. I managed to obtain a helm from Mr. Ono. Let's go turn that in over to Elizabeth right now. Well, it took some doing, Elizabeth, but I've finally gotten a Sengoku era helm. I see, so this is it? The helm from the ancient Sengoku era. The heft, the texture, the character of love on the brow. Does that love protect the head? Or is it love for the helm? Mysteries upon mysteries. Still, it is a wonderful helm. This satisfies my request. Why don't you take the helm with you? I believe it suits you far better than it does me. And yes, we still have our family heirloom, and we get a bunch of Twilight fragments. Will come in handy for the upcoming Tartarus expedition that hasn't yet happened in the current timeline for this video. With that taken care of, Aigis and Junpei have something to say at school, so we may as well chat with them. Fuuka-san said she figured it out. What do you think, Cullen-san? I think I vibe with her. I think I get her. That's good to hear. And that was not much of a revelation there. Haha. Hey, I just heard that Moriyama's transferring. You know, the girl who's friends with Fuuka? They haven't been friends for very long, though. Kinda sucks. Yeah, I know. We haven't really seen much of Natsuki since she was introduced to the plot. Truth be told, obviously Fuuka's made some references to her here and there, but not anything too much we've seen personally. Anyways, Bebe. Oh, Kaden-dono. Exams have come to an end. We both fought hard. Now my brain is exhausted. Now then, I humbly request you, join me in Fashion Club. Okay, and with Okuninushi, we just might be able to become closer. Let's go to Fashion Club. Oh, then off we go to the home economics room. Your skills continue to flourish, but I shall not be outdone.
It is hopeless. I cannot focus. I have barely sewn anything at all.
Aw, come on. Why not take a break, baby? You could use it.
As a matter of fact, yes, that is a good idea. Katajikanai. I keep thinking about my uncle. How can I convince him to let me stay here? Maybe if I became a samurai, I could stand up to him. Oh, maybe if we go have ourselves a sweet snack, I can come up with a plan. Will you go to Azuki-Rai with moi?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Then to Azuki-Rai we go. I have thought about this even in my dreams. If I return to my home country now, I would never forgive myself. I want to stay here, in Japan, even if I have to eat dirt.
Hey, I got your back, man.
Katajikanai. It means the world knows you are here for me. Jitsuwa. Actually, I have come up with a plan. Wait, I will return to my home country. Mochiron, but of course, I will not give up just like that. Once I persuade my uncle, I will return. I will show him that this is a wonderful country. All I need to do is figure out how to explain it to him. And with you at my side, I know I will find a way. Please, I can't do it without you. Onegaishimasu.
I can sense that Bebe trusts me. I feel like we're growing closer. And indeed, if I had to put a number on it, I'd have to say, yeah, well, it's a good 6 so far. Not quite a 10. We'll get there.
The day is coming to an end. We will pick this up next time. Peace out.
I parted ways with Bebe and went back to the dorm. Hey now, there's a box on the counter, and it looks like the product I ordered through the shopping program on TV has arrived. Let's see what's inside. Get some Insta Curry and Insta Ramen, which will be of marginal use. Oh, Yukari just got my hopes up there. I thought she'd have a bit more to say. Doesn't look like anybody has much to say here, except, of course, for Fuuka, which is fitting. But you'll probably notice that everybody we could hang out with tonight, we have already completed all their hangout events, so there's not much practical benefit to hanging out with them. We could hang out with Tanaka, but I think there's something else I'd rather do tonight. First off, let's get Fuuka's dialogue here. So, Natsuki-chan is moving away. I'm honestly really depressed about it, but I also know that no matter the distance, she'll always be right here with me. Nothing can come between the bond we share, so I'll be alright. Indeed, indeed. Now let's actually move on to what I mentioned earlier. I made a separate file that allowed me to get Tartarus done while not advancing the storyline. This is why it's important to have multiple save files when doing LPs. So, we've made quite a bit of progress here, but unfortunately, Junpei was not available to go exploring tonight, so he's quite behind in levels. I wasn't able to get him in for any experience whatsoever. So I may or may not actually take an opportunity to come back to Tartarus and just feed him a great clock encounter so that he can get a ton of level ups, get Maraku Kaja, which would be very nice, and would allow him to actually participate in the upcoming full moon operation. We'll have to see how things fall. Let's see, over here, about requests, anything I want to turn in here? Yes, the 7th old document. Appears you've already completed it. Here is your reward, and we get 90,000 yen. Very good, very good. Especially because I did a lot of compendium expenses, so I burned through quite a bit of my money, but that is okay, because early on, I got the devil card, so I have tons of treasures to sell, including coins from rare forms. I could fight out more rare form encounters if I wanted to try and get more money, but I honestly think we're good there, and I don't really want to become over-leveled. I will need to keep attention to my stock here, because, yeah, I can already see that I'm going to need to pick up a fortune at some point, but I can just release this guy since I don't need him at all. So, yeah, that's all we really have to cover for the Tartarus expedition. I do have some pretty notable things that we're going to be going over in the next Tartarus video, because I remember I cover those more directly there. So that's all I'm going to say about this. Let's get back into the Bay Area, back to Iwatodai, and let's call it quits for the evening in Tartarus. Alright, please get a good night's rest, everyone. Hey, we actually have some unique stuff going on in Portable that allows me to cut to it on a day-to-day basis rather than doing montages, though not necessarily every day. I suppose I should go over the stuff that I won't be showing within Portable. Let's see, on the daytime of Tuesday, we're going to be hanging out with Bebe. Wednesday is going to be Hidetoshi. There is going to be Fuuka's final rank on Saturday, as well as hanging out with Koromaru during the evening. And, yeah, that's actually it for stuff that I won't show within the main videos and reserve for the supplemental videos. You probably noticed in the top right there, it's still 10:19 in Portable, and that's because we do indeed have a social link right now with Koromaru. He's wagging his tail. Is he bored? Well, why don't we spend some time with him and see if we can't help him shake off the boredom? Koromaru looks happy. Makes me feel happy too, honestly. Woof. Koromaru is scratching himself with his hind leg. You recall that happened once before. If you recall correctly, what you did was brushed him, of course. You asked Koromaru if he wants you to brush him. Woof! Koromaru is wagging his tail. Koromaru joyfully brought a brush. Arf. Koromaru rolled over. Where should you start brushing him? How about around the back? Arf. Koromaru seems pleased. The fur around Koromaru's stomach feels a little different. When you look closely, you see traces of a stitched wound. You recall that he didn't like having his stomach touched. Koromaru is looking up at you with his big eyes. Even when you touch his stomach, Koromaru doesn't shy away from it. You feel as if Koromaru has opened up to you. Presumably that's the wound he got from fighting the Shadow without a persona. Good boy, good boy. But we've reached rank 8 with Koromaru. The Koromaru social link has reached level 8. Your power to create personas with the Strength Arcana has grown. Arf. Koromaru is yawning contentedly. Now we'll be moving on to the next notable moment for this time slot in Persona 3 Portable. You spent a quiet moment with Koromaru. One thing I did forget to do in Portable is grab the reward from Mitsuru for our exam results. The extra reward we get in this version of the game is a Bufutine skill card. Nothing too helpful there, but I will not say no to having it, of course. With the daily rigmarole taken care of, we're able to hang out with Ken tonight. Oh, Zoe-san. Could you come with me, please? Ken is looking up at you helplessly. Spend the evening with Ken? Of course we will. Actually, do I need anything else? No, I don't need anything else for this. Thank you very much. Ken seems relieved. Tatsumi Port Island, back alley. Ken asked you to come here with him. I'm sorry. I was too scared to come here by myself. Ken falls silent. Oh, come on. I'm with you, Ken. You don't have to be scared. Yes, thank you very much. Ken smiles sadly. It's hard to live, isn't it? Living is painful. Zoe-san. Ken begins to sob, but no tears fall from his eyes. You couldn't bring yourself to say anything to him. You waited until Ken calmed down, then you returned to the dorm together. That is not a Social Link event, just a special Ken-exclusive event that is available to do in Portable. I don't know if you need to have started a Social Link to see this, but sort of like a mini-linked episode in Portable.
Good morning. This is Elizabeth. I am calling to inform you that more humans have wandered into Tartarus. I suggest you carry out a rescue post-haste.
It seems that someone I know is lost in Tartarus. If I don't save them, the consequences could be irreversible. Yeah, well, I need an excuse to go back to Tartarus at some point anyway, so I will keep that in mind. It's already mid-October, and we're about 2 weeks away from the final battle. So much has happened, and it all went by so fast, but it made me realize I'm so glad everyone welcomed me to the team. Thank you, Zella-kun. Hey, I'm glad I met you too, Fuuka. Oh, I didn't think you'd say something like that. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Let's do our best in the final battle. Aigis, you're proving to be fairly chatty this video. What do you gotta say today? Fuuka-san said she figured it out. Oh, this is just here because I haven't talked to her previously in this file. Whoopsie doopsie, that's okay. Every once in a while, something like that slips by my notice. But whatever. Who we're going to be hanging out with today is we are going to be hanging out with Yuko, which I have to remember where she's located in this version of the game. Where is Yuko? Oh, she was hiding in the corner there. I'm so used to her standing over here that I didn't notice she was right here. Oh, hey, Zella-kun. Exams are finally over, huh? Congrats on surviving. Hopefully you're not too beat from all the studying. If you're leaving, want to hang out somewhere? We all need to take a breather sometimes, right? Indeed, indeed. And with the persona Siegfried, we will definitely grow closer soon.
So then I went to ask about it after class, and you know what happened? Miss Miyahara just wouldn't stop talking. She wrote out some weird math formula and said, "It's beautiful, isn't it?" All it did was make me more confused than I originally was. Guess I'll have to go ask again tomorrow.
Ah, you're so hardworking though, Yuko.
You think so? I guess it just feels wrong to not try and understand something. Anyways, I decided to start being serious about my future. Remember when I told you about what happened to me at school? It was when I handed in a blank answer sheet for that pop quiz and I got yelled at by a coda. Back then, I just wanted to graduate and go to a community college or something. But after coaching those kids, I started to realize something. I enjoy helping people who are willing to give it their all. So, I finally figured out what I want to do with my life. Can you guess what it is?
I think I can. You're gonna take the next step from being a manager and be an instructor for people?
Close. You almost got it, Mr. Ex-Assistant Coach. I'm thinking of becoming an athletic trainer. It's their job to monitor each athlete's diet and help them plan their training routine. So I'll go to professional school once I graduate, and then work towards earning my certification when I turn 20. Between the general education requirements and the classes for my major, it's gonna be over 350 hours. That's why I'm gonna start studying right now. Improving my writing is my first goal. It took me all night to finish that 3-page essay, but those kids had a huge influence on me. I know I only agreed to coach them on a whim, but teaching them really made me think. I started wondering what I could teach my own kids one day, and I realized I didn't have the slightest clue. You hadn't been there with me. I don't think I could have stuck it out until the end. And I definitely never would have thought about my future either. So, thanks.
Yuko seems appreciative. I feel like our relationship has grown, and indeed, we're just about at the conclusion of the Strength Social Link. Hard to believe it's going by so quickly.
Also, I know I'm always asking you to stick around and help me with stuff. I kind of feel bad about it. I'm sorry. I realize now that I might have been relying too much on you.
Hey, come on. I don't mind at all.
Oh. Why are you so nice to me?
Yuko seems restless. I better choose my words carefully here.
Are you like this just with me? No, that can't be it, huh?
Come on, you're such a good friend, Yuko.
Yeah, of course. I sure am lucky to have such a good friend who's so kind and reliable. Though sometimes you worry me a little. Sometimes you say suggestive things with a straight face, you know? I get the feeling you might give someone the wrong idea. So you should really be careful about that. It could land you in some hot water.
Hey, careful is my middle name, but okay, I'll take the advice to heart.
That's the way. Take my advice to heart.
Yuko seems relieved.
Sorry, this isn't what I wanted to talk about. Thank you again for coaching with me. I'm glad I had someone like you to rely on. Next time, I'll be there to support you. If there's anything I can help with, just let me know, okay? We're friends, aren't we? I'm gonna head out. Gotta work on my modern literature and English today. See ya!
Yuko left the cafe in a hurry. I should head back to the dorm.
Welcome back.
It's been a lot more of the lost lately, huh? But there's only one shadow left. Once we destroy it, the whole thing will be over. Let's do it, man. Yeah, let's! Yeah. Let's give everyone a reason to smile again. Or something cool like that. Right on, Junpei, right on. And, hey, something very good to see over there is Akihiko wants to do some cooking tonight. But, of course, we've also got all our friends to talk to. Everybody is so chatty lately, and I love it. What am I going to do after the dark hour disappears? I don't know. I'll be sure to tell my mother and Aragaki-san about it, but I guess I want to learn what it's like to be an ordinary elementary school student. Yeah, I can't imagine Ken's had a very normal life since his mother passed. What will I do at the dark hour? When the dark hour disappears? I don't know. Guess I'll try to fix my sleeping habits. I always stay up really late on the nights we go to Tartarus. Aww.
Maybe.
You too, Koromaru? But you can sleep anytime you want, can't you? Hey, don't, he just wants to be a part of the conversation. He's yawning. He must be sleepy. Yeah, he's just, it's just on his mind. Anyways, Junpei over here. Everything will go back to normal once we defeat the enemy. Honestly, makes me feel a little sad, but an ordinary life is definitely better. I get to hang out with my friends and do stupid stuff together. Meet Chidori more often. Right. Anyways, let's beat that final shadow 6 ways to Sunday, dude. Yeah, right on, brother. Fuuka's really changed, don't you think? She used to be so reserved, but now, I guess she's still kind of quiet, but she's a lot more open, you know? Yeah, it's nice to see. Everybody's kind of grown in their own little way since the start of the game. The next full moon is approaching. Let's be prepared. I want to be able to give a successful report to Aragaki. Hey, let's give that report together and bring Akihiko along. I think it would be good to give him a proper send-off. It was not exactly the most dignified way he got to go out. Anyways, perfect timing. Got some good news, so I was thinking of splurging and cooking up something nice. Sonata seems enthusiastic. Sonata might gain a new ability soon. Should I spend the evening with him? Absolutely. How about it? Why don't you join me? For sure, for sure. Thanks, then let's get to it.
I'll handle the cooking. You just eat, and then take care of cleanup afterwards. This time, I want to try hot pot. I can probably handle that, right? Hey, don't worry. We've got chicken, onions, carrots, mushrooms, tofu. Nothing strange here, just regular ingredients. All right. Why don't you go get a plate and sit tight? I've been so busy lately. I've had to leave most of the boxing team activities to the junior members, but they actually won a team event at a rookie tournament. So, I thought I'd put together this little celebration for them.
Hey, congrats!
It was just a small tournament that a third year like me couldn't even enter. But still, they really came together as a team to win it. So even though I wasn't much of a captain for them, I'm still proud of their achievement. I gotta say though, hot pot is an interesting concept. Every ingredient adds its own flavor, and the end result is so great. It'd be nice if C's could mesh just as well, with a ragtag group of members.
Hey, I think we could make it work.
I know everyone's wildly different from each other, but if there's anyone who can make it work, it's you. Anyway, when I'm out there on the front lines, I'll make sure I'm in a position to showcase my strengths. Boxing's taught me that once I get into the rhythm of battle, nothing can stop me. That's my fighting style. Don't forget it.
Sonata's passionate about the success of his boxing teammates. And with that, Akihiko's characteristic upgrades to Buff Amp, and this is really where Akihiko starts to come into his own. Once he starts picking up stuff like Elect Boost, Elect Amp, Buff Amp, and his single targeting Theurgy, he can really just mesh this all together to do some really big damage, because Buff Amp, it's a little bit more complicated than this, but essentially, any spell that you buff that you put on him, Tarukaja, Rakukaja, Sukukaja, Buff Amp doubles the effect of that, so Akihiko gets way more out of buffs on himself at this point, in addition to gaining the additional Theurgy charge, so he really starts to take off. He's got some really powerful moves now, and he'll continue to learn even stronger moves, even stronger passives to just stack all these bonuses together, and he's super survivable with Rakukaja and Sukukaja in effect now, so Akihiko genuinely really good at this point. I'm eager to get some floor time for this ability once we have a chance to do some more Tartarus exploration with it in play.
It's nice to be able to share a hot pot with someone else like this. Maybe I'll do this with the boxing team too, if I ever get a chance.
And we get our super athlete meal. Delicious.
Alright, now how do we finish the broth? Maybe udon? Or rice porridge? Or how about some protein dumplings?
Just compare the names used for months in Japanese and English. The latter is a mess. October is 10th? Come on now. Hey, that one's not our fault. So everyone knows about Julius Caesar, right? Well, it's not just his fault that the English names for months are off. Did you know that the name is actually the origin of the word July? Many people and gods have had their names used this way throughout history. Isn't it interesting to see how a person can affect entire languages? Here's a question, Cullen. Which Roman goddess has been theorized as the namesake for the month of April? Well, that would be Venus, of course. Yes, you got it. That was a tough one, too. Some have speculated that April was originally called Aphrodite, named after Aphrodite, the Greek name for the goddess Venus. Others believe it may be derived from a Latin verb meaning to open. They argue that April is the beginning of the season where flowers and other plants begin to open up. I, however, prefer my word origins to have a bit more of a romantic flair. Here's another example. I answered correctly. Everyone in the class is looking at me with respect. At least I still command this, right? I think this is as good a time as any to sell off our garbage to Officer Kurosawa. Essentially doubles my assets there. I could definitely have stuck around to get more money, but I really only care to have enough money for compendium expenditures. We are at the point where if I really was diligent about getting money, I could actually buy some of the unique accessories from Club Escapade, which would definitely be worth my while to pick up one of them, but I'm not in a hurry to get those. I also had to take a quick detour to pick up a fortune persona, because we're hanging out with Keisuke today. Now that we're finally done with exams, Club can be a bit more active again. I'll talk to you about the future. Well, I think we should have some insight with that, or at the very least, we might be able to luck into the correct answer with Fortuna. Let's go. Talk can wait. I think everyone's waiting on us. Everyone's eyes are locked on their canvases. It's been so fun that the hours flew by.
Everyone, attention please. It seems the painting Haraga-kun submitted to the contest really caught the eyes of the judges. And while it's highly unusual, they're going to reserve an award spot just for you, Hiraga-kun.
Huh? I don't think I understand. What does that mean?
It means you're guaranteed an award. At best, you'll receive first place. At worst, an honorable mention. The judges were impressed with your shading techniques and said you crafted a masterwork of realism. Congratulations, Hiraga-kun.
Hey, way to go!
This is the art club's first real achievement.
Wait, then that means...
Yeah, you don't have to quit now. You've proven yourself, right?
Yeah, that's right. He promised me. He said I could do whatever I want if I won. So this means I don't have to listen to him anymore, right?
We should all do something special to celebrate. Yeah, that would be fun.
Thanks, everybody. Especially you. I'm sorry if I made you worry. Let's go. You're celebrating with us, right?
Hiraga expressed deep gratitude to me. I feel like we're becoming better friends, and indeed. In fact, you could put a number on it. The number is 5, of course.
I don't mean to interrupt the fun, but Hiraga-kun, I'd like to fill you in on a few details. But don't worry, it shouldn't take long. The rest of you can wait outside the faculty office if you'd like.
I went to the faculty office with everyone.
Well, Hiraga-kun, one of the judges saw a lot of potential in you as an artist and had an offer for you. If you're interested, they'd be willing to help arrange for you to study abroad. How does that sound?
Study abroad? Me? As an artist?
Wow, as in overseas? Hiraga-senpai's amazing!
Hey, are you guys from the art club? Have you seen Hiraga?
He's in the faculty office now for...
Hiraga! I've been looking everywhere for you! Mikari just fainted! Come quick!
Huh? Oh, okay, got it. I'll be right there. I'm very sorry, but I'll need some time to think about this.
He says he doesn't want to be a doctor, but he just can't ignore people in need. That's how he is. A doctor's son with such an eye for art.
I never thought I'd be so jealous of a student.
I don't think anyone's in the mood to celebrate now. I'll let everyone know what happened. You can head out now if you'd like.
Keisuke gets a lot of postscript events, I've noticed. I said goodbye to Fuuka and went back to the dorm. Disregarding that, we've got some more friends to talk to, plus the chairman. What are you reading there, Ken? Is there a oh, he even turns the page. Fascinating. I received a compliment from Ikutsuki-san the other day. He told me I was doing well for an elementary school student. It made me really happy. Nice to hear, nice to hear. What about you, Junpei? What's on your mind? Fuuka's really changed, hasn't she? I wonder if it's because Moriyama's moving out of town. Then again, don't you normally feel down when that happens? Man, I just don't get girls. You'll understand someday, Junpei, I'm sure. I made some changes to my training regimen recently. I heard that imagining someone watching your back while you work out is supposed to be effective. I had my doubts at first. Turns out, it works pretty well. Okay, should have expected something like that from Akihiko. When cornered, an enemy will fight even more fiercely. This is a basic premise of warfare. Only one shadow remains. We should expect the same principle to apply here as well. I am sure that this will be the toughest battle of all. Please make sure that you are fully prepared so that we do not experience an unfortunate defeat. Who do you think you're talking to here? Well, your exams are over now, so we should focus on the task at hand. Only one shadow remains. This will be the final battle. The fate of the town rests in your hand. I believe in you. Good luck. Hey, thanks for the vote of confidence. With that taken care of, let's head upstairs because Fuuka is ready to do some reading. Can I help you? Well, come on, Fuuka. What are you doing? Silly-kun, you're almost done reading that sci-fi series, right? Do you want to read together today? Seems like Fuuka is looking forward to hanging out. Reading sci-fi novels with Fuuka could help improve my academics, but also Fuuka might gain a new ability soon. I was hoping we could have a little discussion after you finish reading it. Yeah, let's read!
Alright.
Glad to hear it. Okay, I'll go get them from my room. I feel like my academics have improved thanks to the skillful expression in the writing.
Oh, did you finish reading the final volume? You looked really focused when you were reading. I can definitely relate. When I got to the end, I was so absorbed that I almost forgot to breathe. What an amazing series! I didn't notice at first, but at some point I could suddenly just make sense of the complex setting. Isn't it weird how that works?
Hey, that's called immersion. It's almost like magic.
Oh, it really does feel that way, doesn't it? They do say advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Maybe going in with that mindset makes sci-fi a little less intimidating. I wish I could communicate as well as the author does in this book. Remember when I told you how I recommended a book to a classmate, but she turned me down? Knowing what to say is important, but how you say it is difficult too. Before I could tell her how fascinating the story is, I was telling her how many volumes it was and that it's written by a famous author. I don't think that kind of information's going to persuade someone to read.
It'll go better next time. You got this, Fuuka.
Thanks. Maybe I'll try talking to her again. I think I'll have a lot of good things to say about this book now. It always feels nice when someone shows an interest in something you like. Even just sharing our opinions like this is so refreshing. That's why I really want to work on how I communicate things. Because if I do that, then maybe I'll get more fun moments like this.
Fuuka is nodding with determination. Weakness buffer has become, or was it buffer? I think it was buffer. Anyways, it's become weakness mitigator, and this is a very, very minor upgrade to it. Weakness buffer reduced the incoming damage from having your weakness struck by 10%. This bumps it just ever so slightly to 15%. It's a little helpful, because I can't as easily patch out weaknesses as I could in Persona 3 FES and Portable, but it's not the biggest thing in the world. It's just kinda there.
Oh, look at the time. We should probably call it a night. I have some other books I can recommend, if you'd like. Thank you. I hope you'll like those too. Well then, good night.
I think it's high time for a nice little Persona 3 FES montage, wherever I decide to stick it, because I usually just go off of vibes for that. Anyways, on 1019 in FES, I went into Tartarus, and this wasn't just because I needed to finish off Tartarus. There was actually a very particular reason that I came on this night, and it wasn't just because it was also convenient for a place to end the recording. We're doing a little bit of phone call manipulation here. Had I not gone to Tartarus, we would have been getting a phone call from Yuko tonight, and we want to delay that phone call until we've completed her 8th social link rank, which will be completed soon. Other than that, there wasn't any other reason to put off finishing off Tartarus. I think you got her at rank 7 right there. Now, moving on from that, we're going to be able to start moving towards bringing Cert to his final form. We also want to make sure we have Thor and Take Mikazuchi going forward, because I wasn't able to make use of them for the strategy I wanted to use in the boss fight that I did on this evening, which you'll see in due time, but I still want to have them for the purpose of using the Thunder Call fusion spell, so just a good thing to keep around there. Note also that I've got a Saki Mitama in my Persona stock. That's going to become relevant in a little bit. Before we leave for this evening and get on to the rest of the montage, let's wrap up some stuff with Elizabeth. One of the things that I managed to do in some off-screen exploration was find Otento Mitsuya in Persona 3 FES. So now we can turn that in and get 3 Wand of King cards, which is very nice. I'm going to obviously immediately feed those into Cert, get him 12 magic altogether, plus 6 points of luck. Very good. This katana, it's the famous sword that repels darkness, the Otento Mitsuya. There are several legends surrounding the Otenta, but a couple of them are especially interesting. The Maeda's family daughter grew ill, and I think this is the same thing that is said by Theodore, so I'm just going to speed through this one. But this is not the only quest that we wanted to take care of. let's grab our reward here. I did just read through that entire thing with Theodore. I don't know if that was in the previous video. Let's see, we can do the King and I fusion spell request in due time. I'm not particularly keen on doing that right now. One request that I do want to take care of is create Daisojo, which is one we are poised to just finish off immediately. I've already got all the personae within the compendium that I need to fuse him, and there's no special requirements beyond creating him, so let me get that taken care of. With all the relevant personae gathered, Igor will let us know that we have a fairly interesting combination. In order to create Daisojo, you need every single Mitama plus Mithra, which I'm sure there's a reason for, but I am not well-versed enough in mythology to tell you what that reason is. That's why I was happy to have Saki Mitama earlier. I got him from a random shuffle time, saved me a cool bit of money. Funnily enough, I actually hadn't fused Mithra previously in this version of the game, so I did have to immediately take Nigi Mitama, fuse him into a Sailor from the compendium, and you then pull Nigi Mitama back out, which probably ended up being like a wash with the money I would have saved by not having to pull Saki Mitama out. But hey, I still saved that money, broadly speaking. I wouldn't have had him otherwise. Anyways, let's create Daisojo here. Daisojo is another one of those pretty ready-to-use personae when you fuse him. Let's see, diorama? Sure, we'll let it mutate, see if we get anything interesting there. He comes with all the stuff he needs to be good in his specialty. He comes with Hamon, he learns Hama Boost, and he also has the unique Samsara skill. This is the ultimate light skill. It has a 5% better chance of insta-killing something normally. Sure, we'll let Hama mutate there. And it targets all enemies, pretty good stuff. You also notice that Daisojo has innate growth 3, which is pretty handy for him. He also patches out his own weakness, making him a remarkably solid tank if you invest some endurance boosting cards into him. Doesn't look like we're going to get Hamon boost off of fusing him, but because he comes with growth 3, it's only a matter of time before he gets that, if you keep him within your stock. With that taken care of, let's go over some scheduling here. We're going to be doing, on 10/20, this video will be going until the following Monday, which is 10/26, so we'll be doing Keisuke's social link. We've completed the request here. I see that Daisojo now resides within you. It is a hard persona to come by, even through fusion. Yet you add it to your repertoire so easily. Seems you are quickly mastering the art of fusion. Please accept your reward. And we get a space badge. That grants the Regenerate 3 passive to anybody who equips it. Not super useful, but, you know, it's there if you are down for that. I just need to get a cheap Fortune persona because we are going to be hanging out with Keisuke on the next day. 10/21, we will be getting Yuko's Social Link Advance to rank 8. We're going to be hanging out with Keisuke again on 10/22 and taking a phone call from Yuko on that evening, which this is what, again, we went to Tartarus tonight to delay that phone call to that evening. We're going to be hanging out with Hidetoshi on 10/23, getting him to rank 9. He's very close to maxing out there. We're going to be hanging out with Yukari on 10/24, and I'm actually going to be cutting to that link because there's something very particular I want to show with that. We're going to be attending Yuko's date on 10/25, and anything else I'd like to say regarding that day, we'll just cut to when it becomes relevant. And then finally, we will be spending time with Yukari on 10/26 once again. So all pretty standard stuff there. Let's get on to the next point of interest. For our next point of interest, let's take a look at how unlocking Juno affects Fuuka. As you can see, this is actually kind of unfortunate. She's high enough level that she's already unlocked her next skill, the FES version of Oracle. Were she to be low enough level that she hadn't actually reached the point where she naturally learns the skill, she would have had a little description on it. Anyways, Oracle is an absolutely terrible ability in Persona 3 FES and Portable. It works theoretically similar to how the Theurgy version of it works, but it has a bunch of annoying caveats that we'll go into when we get a chance to use it, and unlike the reload version of the skill, this one has a detrimental effect, which it remains to be seen if we're going to run into that. But going forward, I'm going to have Fuuka prep up to fire off the Oracle every time we get into a boss fight, or at least every time we get an opportunity to use it for a boss fight, because it's important to note the Oracle has the weird restriction that it can only be used once per day. I have no idea why they have that limitation on it, but that is something you have to consider. The other thing that Fuuka has unlocked here, or will unlock, is Escape Route. Escape Route is essentially a Chiesto gem that we can use anytime we want once we have it with Fuuka. You just have to press the square button to bring up her normal command list, and then you can have her use escape route to egress you out of the whatever section of Tartarus you are in. Very handy ability to have, and if you're on New Game Plus, I'd highly recommend getting it to this point in the game before trying to do any serious farming or grinding, if there's any that you need to do, because it is much more convenient to be able to leave Tartarus whenever you want, via having Fuuka fish you out with Escape Plan. Now, the last thing I'm going to comment on for this particular evening is that if there is nothing else I need to do in a given night, I'm going to go to the arcade with Cert currently, and then certain personae that I'll unlock in due time, and I'm just going to play arcade games. Does not matter which one it is. The sooner I can get them to capping out their statistics that we can increase via arcade games, even if it's something relatively useless like agility, the better. So I'm just going to be playing arcade games constantly, unless there is like a Koromaru walking event that we need to do or something. Finally, we get the phone call from Yuko that we specifically went to Tartarus to delay until tonight. Again, if we didn't go to Tartarus on 10/19, we would have gotten this phone call from Yuko, and we would have had to turn it down since we wouldn't have completed the rank 8 social link. And of course, that would complicate things. Although I probably would still be able to max out the link on time, just because I'm so far ahead on the or out-of-school links. Regardless, we want to accept this offer. In and of itself, accepting the phone call this time doesn't get us enough points to rank up Yuko, but going on the date will get us enough points, so that'll help us out, keeping this going along smoothly. And we get a call from Bebe. I'm sorry, Bebe. I am busy, and I'm already booked. Alright, so now here we are on 1024 at the rank 5 Yukari social link. If you remember, after the rank up, she gets a dialogue choice, and in Persona 3 Reload, the comment here was a little bit different, saying that, well, you know, you're a girl. Obviously, she did not really appreciate the chauvinism on display there, should you choose it. In FES and Portable, though, you have the option to give her a hug instead. I see no problem here. I'm sure Yukari would be just fine with this. Come on, give her a hug. What are you doing? Stop it! You got rejected by Yukari. Ugh, dip. That's what I'm talking about. You think it's a big joke. I never asked for your help. Fine on my own. You have created a weird tension between you and Yukari. Your relationship is changing. This is one of the most infamous landmines in the game, and a lot of people have blundered into this, myself included. This gets you a reversed social link. The social link has become reversed. Until you reconcile, your relationship cannot move forward. You decide to go back to the dorm. Now, when a social link is reversed, as the game said, you cannot advance it any further. I forget if you are denied the fusion bonus. Let me go take a look at that real quick, and I'll go more into detail on it once I figure that out. Not that this is a persona I confuse, but we do still get the rank bonus for fusing a relevant persona, but until we smooth things over with Yukari, like it said, we cannot make the social link go any further. Now, in order to smooth out a reversed social link, you must either hang out with the person on a day that they normally hang out, and you'll be given a reconciliation event. If you pick the right choice in the reconciliation event, well, you reconcile, and you can continue advancing the social link, though you do not get any points for reconciling, and obviously it represents a pretty significant delay to the progression of the social link. Alternatively, FES introduced the option to just simply use a relationship fortune, just pray to the divine above in order to get rid of those weird feelings, and you can keep the link going once again. But again, a significant delay will be introduced, because had we picked the right choice in that dialogue option, we also would have gotten a significant amount of points for advancing Yukari's social link. Now, the other way that you can see link reversals happen is simply by neglecting social links for long enough. Male classmates have a 90-day allowance for advancing their social link in any way, whether it be accepting a phone call, doing relationship fortune, or doing an event like a movie during the summer. For female classmates, that allowance is 60 days, and it's been a while since we've gone over this, but once you become intimate with them, if you hang out with another female classmate, that deducts 15 days from your allowance. So say right now we're intimate with Yuko. If we hung out with Yukari 4 times in a row before hanging out with Yuko again, Yuko would immediately be plunged into a reversal because we've neglected her for a certain amount of days, and we've also just made her jealous for that much. It's not too much of a concern, but this is a pretty often hit landmine. There are several other choices that can trigger automatic reverses like this. One of them was trying to kiss Chihiro during her social link. When that option comes up, I think it was in rank 5 where you got the option for that. Anyways, I obviously don't want to do this, so I made a save here. I think I could still max out Yukari's social link with some good scheduling and suffering the reverse, and maxing out every other social link, but why deal with that when I can just simply reload a save and, ignore that entirely. The only other thing about reversing links, I'm not sure if out-of-school links are susceptible to this kind of thing. I've never really seen it, but the way the schedule is structured kind of makes it hard for you to do that by accident anyway, so not really a concern. Anyway, like I said, I saved my progress to make sure I wouldn't have to suffer that reversal, so I'm just going to go back and take care of that the correct way. And now we're on Sunday. Remember that we've scheduled a date with Yuko, so let's go check that out. And as a little added bonus, this is not the only thing we have to do on this day. So, heading to our date, sadly denying us the opportunity to shop amazing commodities in this version of Persona 3, Iwatodai Strip Mall, Wakatsu Restaurant. You can have mine if you're still hungry. Yuko's not eating as much as usual. Don't worry, I'm not sick or anything. Yuko's face has turned red. Cullen, you have some sauce on your mouth. Could you do me a favor and get that for me? I'm awful at getting it myself. You're more spoiled than you look, Cullen. Okay, I'll get it for you. You're making this weird, Yuko. I wasn't the one who was trying to make this weird. Yuko seems embarrassed. Today, you two became a lot closer, and indeed, that'll allow us to get rank 9, no problem. You have something that might make Yuko happy. Let's see, do we have any of those brand bags? We've gotten so many things from Amazing Commodities. Which item will you give her? We got a brand watch. Do we have any flowers? Don't have any of that type of gift. Oh, hey, we got the Jack Frost doll. Here. What's this? Thanks, I guess. It doesn't seem like the right present for Yuko. Oh well, we got enough anyway. Your relationship could become stronger soon. That message will always let you know that you did it right. We're heading back to the dorm to get on to our next activity for the day. Once we get back in, this will be another evening we can walk Koromaru, and this is actually a pretty important one for us. The full moon will be here soon. I'm prepared to go to Tartarus at any time. Indeed, indeed. And so is Koromaru. Koromaru-san seems to be ready as well. We're not going to be going, because Koromaru is in fact ready for some walkies tonight. Now this isn't one with a member of C's, this is a solo walk, but we're gonna run into somebody important while doing it. Hey, it's Cullen. What are you doing out this late? I get it. Gotta walk the dog, huh? Didn't know you had one. You used to have one too. Man, that dog was awesome. But yes, we catch up with Mamoru tonight, and we had him at rank 5. Rank 5 was a stopgap point where we would have either needed to waste a time slot spending time with him, or relationship fortune him to get him going along, although that wouldn't really be necessary because it's available on every day. Basically, this walk allows us to save us some time, getting enough points to get him up to the next rank. We should be able to get closer with him now. I don't think you need to have a star persona for this encounter, but I had one anyway, and we'll need it for the next time we hang out with him regardless, so why not take care of that ahead of time? And that'll be the end of the Persona 3 FES montage. Cutting back to Portable, obviously we are not on 1022 yet, but we have a few things that we need to take care of before we get into these social links. First off, I'm a little bit behind on this, but I have completed the helmet side quest. I see, so this is it. The helm from the ancient Sengoku era. The heft, the feeling of it, the character love on the brow. In other words, the act of wearing it proves the love one has for one's own head. I see that this helm embodies a sense of love and respect for the wearer's skull. It's very interesting. Why don't you take the helm with you? I'm not sure I can profess such a deep love for my own cranium. You have an interesting way of looking at things, Theodore, but we get a knee-high maid. Huh. As it just so happens, the knee-high maid is a new and considerable armor upgrade for the FEMC. It is a 118 defense armor with plus 50 to your SP, which synergizes quite nicely with Cool Breeze. This will put us at the point where we basically never have to worry about running out of SP anymore. Just 8% of the 314 we got. Very good, very good. This is the very first maid armor that we've gotten. A new one added to Persona 3 Portable. Obviously, because the FEMC was not in FES, so there would be no need to create a maid armor for her. We're going to be collecting a whole set of maid armor for the remainder of our female party members, but that is going to come up in the next batch of requests that come with the next moon cycle, so we'll have to wait a little bit on that before we have a made-to-order team for destruction. Moving on to more timely things, we've got another pop quiz for Persona 3 Portable. Okay, everyone, listen up. Everyone knows what tofu is, right? It's a high-protein health food made of soybeans. Soy sauce is another food that's obviously made from soybeans. Now, Zoe, natto comes from soybeans too, but how is it made? Well, that would be by fermentation. Right. Natto is fermented, which is why it's sticky. It's Japanese food, but even here, a handful of people can't stand the taste of it. You gave the correct answer, giving us a little bit more useless charm. Thankfully, I no longer have to waste time diverting into the faculty office. Here we're going to have somebody— oh hey, it's Fuuka. You have time after school today? I think so, but we're going to be talking to Fuuka later. That'll be our Saturday time slot, so we'll have Fuuka maxed out before this video is out. Trust me on that. There's somebody else, though, that we need to max out. Oh, Zoe-chan. Hey. Can you come to committee today? I want to talk with you. For sure, Saudi. I plan on going. I'm glad to hear that. I'll see you after school then. And indeed, who we're going to be hanging out with today is Saudi. You know, I just realized I completely forgot to do something. I have to take care of a thing real quick. That was embarrassing. I needed to grab a Justice Persona, and I should have done it when I was turning in the side quest the previous night, but oh well. Better late than never. Hey, Zoe-chan. Can you come to committee meeting? There's a committee meeting today. Can you come? Of course, of course. No, we're gonna go. Good. There's something I want to talk to you about. We should go then. Saudi seems happy. Gekkakan High Library. You did your duties as a library committee member. None of the students are actively avoiding Saudi, but a few of them seem to be friendly with her. Ah, good. You're still here. Sorry to keep you here so late on a day like this. Oh no, it's my job as a member of the library committee to be here. I see. You're a hard-working girl. Hopefully more people will come to understand that in time. Miss Onishi, thank you very much. Hey, Zoe-chan, would you mind walking with me to the school gates? My ride's here, so I'm going that way. This is where we say farewell. What do you mean, farewell? Aren't you being a little melodramatic there? This is my last day here at Gekkakan. What? I'm leaving for that private school I told you about tonight. I'm sorry that I couldn't tell you. Saudi smiles. I'm going to be sad, but I think this is a turning point for me. I'm going to try and start over and try to stand up on my own. You can do it, but I'll be lonely without you. I'm sorry. I'll never forget about you. Saudi smiles. I've always been told to not have any opinions for myself, that it was an easier way to live. I can make anything someone else's fault. Deep down, I always believed that everything that happened to me was the result of somebody else's doing. But this is my life, and what I do happens to me. No one can take my place, and I have no one to blame but myself for what I let happen to me. That's why I need to stand on my own. I need to have my own voice. Saori laughs cheerfully. I knew that I'd never get anywhere if I let other people tell me what to do. I've known it for a long time. But I had no one to give me the final push that I needed. And I was too scared to accept it, even if I did have someone to help me. But you pushed me forward, along with all the fears I had. That's why I was able to do this. Saori takes her cell phone out of her pocket. You can hear her voice being played from it. This is Saori Hasegawa of Class 2C. Seems to be a recording of the school announcement. I made a recording of the announcement as I was making it. Whenever I feel scared or discouraged, I'm gonna listen to it. I was brave and spoke my own mind, and you helped me find that courage. I'm sure that this will give me strength if I ever need it. I want you to remember this too. Please remember that it's because of you that I was able to do my best. You saved me. So please, take this. You accepted PA recording from Salary. You saved it on your own cell phone. Lastly, let's shake hands. Salary's hand is warm. You tightly clasp her trembling hand. You sense a strong bond with Salary. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou hast established a genuine bond. The innermost power of the Hermit Arcana hath been set free. We bestow upon thee the ability to create Arahabaki, the ultimate form of the Hermit Arcana. The Librarian Social Link has reached its maximum level. You have mastered the Librarian Social Link. Your power to create personas of the Hermit Arcana has reached its maximum. Zoe Collins has forged a bond that cannot be broken. The Hermit Social Link is at its maximum level. You can now create Arahabaki, the Aboriginal God. Do you remember your first love? Mine was my uncle. I mean, I was a little girl. It's not that unusual, right? That's why I wanted to hurry up and become an adult. Every night I would pray to the stars that I wanted to be grown up. Now I look back at my childhood and laugh. I wish I could go back to those innocent times. Maybe it's for the best that one's first love almost never comes true. Well then, I'm going to go. Thank you. Goodbye! Salary walks away with her head held high. He went back to the dorm, alone. Kind of a strange note for that to end on. I'm not going to think too hard about that, because we've got something else that we need to do, and whoops, I did not mean to go out the door. You didn't scare me, Koromaru. I just accidentally twitched my finger. We're going to be hanging out with Ken tonight. I'm sure hanging out with Ken will be pretty normal as well. Pretty normal. Let's spend the evening with Ken. Oh, okay. Well, let's go. Ken seems happy. You remember that Ken said he liked omelets and rice. He would be happy if you made some for him here instead of going out. You decide to make a dish of omelet and fried rice that Ken likes. Thanks to your time in the cooking club, it actually came out rather well. Huh? Is this for me? Zoe-san. Oh, thanks for the food! Ken begins eating vigorously. Yep, it's delicious. Munch, munch, munch. It's really good! As Ken happily tears into the food, he gets ketchup all over his face. Seeing how happy you've made him makes up for the effort. Thank you very much, Zoe-san. Munch, munch. You feel that you've gotten even closer to Ken. Huh, there's no dialogue choices even. We just get straight into the rank up. The Kenemata Social Link has reached level 7. Your power to create personas of the Justice Arcana has grown. Ooh, I'm full. After finishing the dish, Ken finally relaxes. He suddenly falls silent, though. Do you cook for other people like this, too? Like your boyfriend? Do you have one? Oh, well, I saw on TV that all high school girls have a boyfriend, so, I was wondering if you had one too, Zoe-san. It's that, if you did have one, I don't think I'd like that. What am I saying? A kid like me shouldn't be butting into personal stuff like that. You know, who cares about stuff like that? You're right. I'm sorry, there's no point in talking to someone like me about that. I'm just a little kid. Yeah. Ken mutters to himself for a while. Ah, thank you for the food. Well then, I should get to bed. Good night! That was strange. Ken quickly cleans up the dishes and goes back to his room. Masamune Date decided to pursue Hideyoshi Toyotomi, so he headed for Odawara. Can you feel his heartrending sorrow? That came from such a decision. I wish I was born in that era. I could have fought alongside Masamune Date. Alright, now this turns into a real wild ride from here on. Blink and you might miss something. I'm feeling sleepy. Now at this point in the game, we could just close our eyes, go to sleep, and not miss anything. But we would of course miss the lecture, so why don't we just take the opportunity to get the dialogue here. Ah, the Sengoku era, the days when men were in their full glory. This modern age is terrible. Where's the samurai spirit gone? Now, let's review what we've covered on the Sengoku era. First thing, no era was ever better. Secondly, I forced myself to stay awake and listen to the lecture. While I'm thinking of it, why don't we turn in some stuff at the antique store? How is Kirija-san? That's okay. You don't have to say anything. I was just wondering. Kirija-san has gone through so much in his life. Difficulties when he was younger, and the incident. You know, it's been 10 years since it happened. The city has changed so much since then. I don't know your situation, but you're always welcome here. I wonder if she's like a researcher or something. The space model is quite rare. I should be able to make a fairly interesting piece of equipment with this. And yes, let's take a look at what equipment we can make. Okay, we got the Ergotite chunk here. There's a Geebog, and that would also get light boost for Ken. You know what? Let's take that. Let me just make sure there's nothing else interesting I can get with garnets. Faster overheat recovery for Aigis. Yeah, we'll take that. Let's see. Night Demon Sandals, don't need that. Reduce physical damage, medium. That's for Aigis. I'd rather keep her with her basic armor because honestly, just extending the length of Orgia mode gets her so much more defense overall. Let's get that light boost for Ken there. Why not? Let's see here. Anything else I can make? Just taking a look at these. Nothing else really interesting in here. Null Wind would be interesting if it was for Junpei, but no, it's for Mitsuru, so nothing too big there. All out attack damage up, and Rousing Pendant, don't really care too much about that. Let's see here. Auto Rakukaja, not that important. Cossidus, don't need that. Elementary Mask, of course. We already got that. The Magic Evasion, Tiger Hide Belt. Strength +3 in Counter-Strike, but it's for female characters only and not Aigis among them, so nothing too helpful there. Do I already have a powered dog suit? I don't think I do, so we'll get that for Koromaru there. It should be pretty handy. Silent Sandals. Yeah, let's take a couple of these. I'll figure out who I want to give those to once I have a chance to look over everything. Hey! Ooh, nice. Maybe I should have kept some of the other things, or the other garnets, but Vayu Bracers, Agni Bracers, Varna Bracers, ooh, it's so many choices, so many choices. I think, though, since Yukari doesn't already have, like, an innate boosting skill, I think the Vayu Bracers would be the most sensible thing to take. And that seems to be all the interesting stuff we can make. Genbu Leggings are kind of interesting, but also a bit of a downgrade on the evasion. Let's see here, don't need Light Bracers, I'm gonna pick up one of these, just in case I ever come into a situation where I need them, but that's all that stuff. Let's take a look at our options for item trading. Nothing I really care about here, though we could trade for black quartz now. Ooh, nice! The next tier of skill cards is available for us to trade for now. But what I was looking for is incenses. What I'm going to get here is I'm going to get a bunch of power incenses. So I'll take all those and just apply all the stuff that I've been collecting. Yes, Aigis is coming along to her full potential quite nicely. With that little diversion taken care of, let's catch up with Bebe once again. And because we have Okuninushi, of course we could potentially become closer with them, as if there was any doubt.
Listen well, I have come up with a great idea to get my uncle to appreciate Japan's charm. I will show him a kimono. When he sees it, he will understand the beauty of Nihon.
That's a great idea! Yeah, do it!
Wait, with you in my corner, I have nothing to fear. The kimono is a Japanese treasure, full of culture and history. If I show it to my uncle, he will surely let me stay in Nihon. As for the design, it will be inspired by the mascot of Azuki Arai. Simple but deep. I choose this design because, well, you are the one who took me there.
Bebe seems to really trust me. I feel like we're growing closer. And indeed, we've got a lucky number 7 for Bebe right here. He's such a special lad.
I can see everything clearly now. I shall hurry and make the kimono. I must sow. Sow like the wind.
I spent the day working with Bebe, then went back to the dorm.
Oh, welcome back.
The number of the lost keeps increasing. It's like everywhere I go, there's a reminder that we still need to fight shadows, but we just have to beat one more, then we'll finally be done. Indeed, indeed. Let's see, Ken's able to be hung out with over there, and it's watching DVDs, something we have yet to complete for him. Actually, we haven't completed his coffee side quest either. Let's talk to Fuuka here. Sometimes when I'm surfing the web, I like to think about how the internet can help us form bonds with other people. We normally don't pay it any mind, but we connect with others and form bonds when searching for information online. Oh, sorry. That was pretty random, wasn't it? Just wanted to share my thoughts with someone. Hey, I know all too well about bonding with people online. I mean, with, you know, the innocent sin online socialing. Yeah. It's just me, or Sanada-san kinda different now, but he doesn't feel the same as before. Yeah, I think you're right. After everything that's happened, he didn't lose hope. Instead, he's all fired up. Aragaki-san was amazing, yeah, but so is Sanada-san. Like the definition of a dynamic duo. I wish I could be as strong as them one day. Hey, you're already there, Junpei. Don't doubt yourself. Now, let's hang out with Ken. I rented the final movie from that series. I'm certain it'll be a good watch, too. Seems like Amada is looking forward to hanging out. Watching a detective movie with Amada will help me gain more courage, but also, might gain a new ability soon. Do you want to watch that movie with me, Zeller-san? Of course, let's watch it together. Okay, I'll set it up.
Wow, that was so good! And the main character was cool and in control until the very end. That last line he exchanged with the casino's boss gave me goosebumps. And how about that part when he was all, count to 5? I hope I can be like him when I'm an adult. What do you think it takes for a guy to be hard-boiled?
Probably excellent judgment.
That's true. The detective did always make the right call, no matter what situation he was in. He was compassionate, but level-headed, and he never fell for the enemy's tricks. Come to think of it, that might be just what I need right now. I tend to get worked up about what's right in front of me, don't I? That's exactly the kind of thing a kid would do. I need to fix that. Well, now's as good a time as any to start. I'll give it my best shot. If I do that, do you think I could become like him? A cool, hard-boiled guy, just like the detective in the movie.
I know you can become like that, Ken.
When I hear you say it, I really feel like it's possible.
Looks like Amada has learned how to be an adult by observing the movie's main character. And Ken finally gets access to his characteristic, and he should get the next level of it relatively soon. Spirit Refresh automatically recovers 5 SP each turn in battle. Note that this does not proc on one more, but to compensate for Ken's relatively low SP pool, he now recovers a small bit of it every turn. Essentially, assuming he's just like doing a healing spell or something, this is a 5 SP discount to every spell that he casts. Pretty nice, although not great. It's also, to a certain degree, could be considered disadvantageous, because remember, Ken's Theurgy charges faster when he is underneath 50% of his maximum SP. So if you were to just have him turtle up and guard constantly to wait for Divine Intervention to recharge or something, this could actually put him back at a point where it's not recharging as fast as possible. So it is something to consider. Of course, because there are cutscenes tied to it, I will be maxing this out, but there is a case to be made that this is actually not worth picking up. Your call, though. I think for general purposes, though, it's definitely much more useful, and I don't think the kind of strategy of just turtling until Divine Intervention is ready is super interesting, and certainly not something I need to do.
Oh boy, look at the time. But I still want to talk about the movie. Wait, I'm not sleepy yet, okay?
I feel like I gained some courage after watching how a man of conviction lives. And indeed, we should probably take Ken back to his bed. He looks a little tuckered out there.
Once who should kill, prepared to be.
Moving on to 1023, I would just like to note that Mr. Edogawa's question regarding Madame Blavatsky happens on today. Some of Edogawa's questions have been shuffled around on the calendar for Persona 3 Reload. Now, moving on from that, we've got another link we haven't advanced in a while that we're going to be going with. It is not going to be Hidetoshi. We just saw him on Wednesday. Get out of here, Hidetoshi. But we haven't actually hung out with Akihiko in a while, so why don't we actually go pay the Lunk a visit? I think he could use the time with somebody else, especially now that we're post Shinjiro's passing. Akihiko, Zoe, what's up? Since you have the star persona Nandi, you might be able to become even closer. Spend time after school with Akihiko? Of course, of course. Alright, let's go. Akihiko seems somewhat happy. Naganaki Shrine. You wandered here with Akihiko. Seems rather quiet today. Thanks for coming out today. Oh, I'm happy to be with you, Akihiko. I see. Why are you so... Akihiko seems to be at a loss. Akihiko looks down at the ground. If you don't mind, can I talk to you about something? Yeah, of course! I haven't been able to get it all arranged in my own head, though. Akihiko slowly begins speaking. I told you before, a little before, about Miki, my younger sister who I couldn't save. I was the only person she had. There weren't any kids around her age at the orphanage, so she didn't have any friends. She'd always tag along after me and call me Big Bro all the time. Akihiko bites down on his lip. Why did she have to die? She was so small. She never knew her parents' faces, or had good food to eat, or got to have any toys. She had nothing. Isn't there some saying, like about how being alive is a kind of sin? Akihiko's lips are trembling. Hey, come on, you know that's not true. Zoe. Akihiko's voice is trembling. She's dead and gone. I understand that. I've accepted it. But I can't do anything about the anger and sadness that I feel. I have to live with that for the rest of my life. Here's what I wanted to tell you. I thought I wanted you to help me bear that burden. I know that's terrible of me to ask this of you. I'm sorry. Akihiko hides his face from you in his pain. What did he tell you about this? You sense Akihiko's faint affection towards you. And with that, you've gotten rank 8 for the Star Social Link. Akihiko Sonata Social Link has reached level 8. Your power to create personas of the Star Arcana has grown. I think I might be seeing Miki in you, but if that's not what it is, then these feelings I have. Why don't we start heading back home? We should get back. You and Akihiko return to the dorm together.
Sorry. No one was here, so I figured it'd be okay.
It's rare to see you here. Is it for the archery team?
Yes, the teacher wanted a report.
I see. That's a lot of responsibility.
Oh, not really. It's nothing compared to what you have to do. Actually, I wanted to ask you something. Senpai, what are you fighting for?
Well, I guess you could say it's my way of atoning for the past.
In my case, I don't think I really have a reason anymore. I mean, I know the whole story about my father now. I guess I could still fix the mistakes he left behind, though. Maybe I should have thought about this earlier, huh? But it took me this long to start questioning myself.
That's understandable.
It seems like everyone has their own reason for fighting. Well, defeating the shadows is probably a good enough reason, huh?
What are you trying to say?
I'm not exactly sure. But it's all gonna be over after the next full moon. So there's not much point in thinking about it.
That's true. Once we put an end to this, we can go back to a normal high school life. The rest of the student council will be here soon. We can pick this up later, though, if you want.
Oh no, that's okay. Thanks for listening.
It's nice to see that Yukari and Mitsuru are actually getting along now, considering how contentious their relationship could be earlier in the game. Hey, Aigis has got something to say. I'm sorry, I was just thinking. I was considering what I might stand to gain from attending school. But I suppose nothing will come of this line of thought. It's not something I should entertain. Hey, at the very least we get your presence, Aigis. And before we get into our social link, did Yucatan come out of the student council room? I wonder why she was in there. Seems like she's having a bad day. No, I think she actually looks surprisingly content. I think we should hang out with her, though. Finally done. Spent all the lunch cleaning up for the archery team, so I didn't have time to eat anything. Maybe I'll stop by a Bokatsu or something on the way home. Seems Yukari wants to walk home with me. And, yes, we can indeed grow closer with Yukari. Thanks. It's kind of weird eating by myself, you know? Alright, let's get going. What should I order?
This is so good. I made the right choice getting the same thing as you. Oh, I was just thinking. Doesn't eating fish remind you of the ocean? It's a part of our lives, I guess, living along the coast. We even spent our vacation at the beach. Hey, after all this is over, why don't we go somewhere different? Like the mountains. We could have lunch outdoors. Maybe we'll even see a deer or something. What do you think?
Yeah, come on, let's go. Just the two of us.
Hold on. What's this all of a sudden? Just the two of us? I didn't mean it like that. I mean, it's not that I don't want to. It's just... I'm not ready yet. Oh god, what am I saying? Either way, I'm sure it'd be fun to hang out somewhere together. I could even make food for us. I might not look like it, but I'm a pretty good cook. Just you wait and see. It's been a while since we've talked about going on vacation. I'm excited just thinking about it. I'm not sure how to say this, but when I'm with you, I don't feel so alone. I mean, I do have friends, and there's everybody at the dorm, but usually I feel like the real me is trapped somewhere deep down inside. Maybe it's because of my family situation, but I'm always pushing people away without realizing it. Lately, though, that's been changing, and I think it's thanks to you.
Yukari is trusting in me. Seems we've grown closer. And hey, got another 7. Don't think we're going to get triple 7s this video, but it's a nice thought.
Well, that was delicious. It's getting late. Shall we head out?
I decided to go back to the dorm. Before we get into our evening activity, we must, of course, talk to our teammates here. I know it's a little strange to ask this now, but do you have a reason you're fighting? Yeah, I do. I like to think I do, anyway. I see. I'm glad for you. Anyway, next battle will be our last. Guess I don't need to tell you, but let's do our best. Indeed, indeed. And Mitsuru over here. I can never tell what you're thinking, even when I'm looking straight at you. So, how are you feeling about our next operation? As I'm sure you know, it'll be our last. Are you nervous? Nah, not at all. Really? That's quite impressive. It's unusual for someone to maintain such composure in a situation like this. Now, I joked earlier that I don't think we're going to be able to hit triple 7s, but we will actually be able to do that, and I think I know how. Mutatsu, Mutatsu, Mutatsu. It's been more than a minute. How you doing? Now, I could hang out with Tanaka tonight, but he gets guaranteed rank ups anyway, so why don't we hang out with Mutatsu instead? Because, well, it's just been so long since we've seen him. But there's a even more pertinent reason I'd like to hang out with him. So, let's spend the evening with Mutatsu. Alright then, go ahead and have a seat.
Oh, there you are. Feeling down today, kid. Mind listening to what this old monk has to say? Those folks downstairs, they're probably around your age, huh? It looks like they're having fun drinking and dancing, but you look closely, their eyes say otherwise. I bet they come here to relieve stress from the day. But I wonder if any of them are actually enjoying themselves. Stress won't go away unless you deal with the root of the issue. You can put it off, and it'll always come back. This place is more of a refuge than a club to me. Those kids really want to relax. We should switch the music to the Heart Sutra. Hey, there's a microphone over there. Bring it over, kid. I'll perform a live sutra reading.
You probably shouldn't.
Don't underestimate me, kid. My reading of the Heart Sutra will change your life. But I guess you're right. This place is too small to recite it properly. I've got a kid around their age, you know. My one and only son. He'll be 21 this year. Just a little older than you. He's alive, that is.
I felt an almost fatherly concern for Mutatsu. Perhaps because he was projecting his feelings for his son. I feel like I understand Mutatsu a little better now. Alright, I hope you were hoping to make it strike it big today, because we've got 777s! The rank 7 tower has been reached.
You think it's okay to leave the future of this country in the hands of these kids? I mean, what if they all end up like me? Well, it ain't like I got high hopes for the future. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Oh, sorry. I'm done talking now. Go home before it gets too late, all right? I'll see you next time.
I said goodbye to Mutatsu and went back to the dorm. And today, Tanaka is introducing a festive Halloween set, making up for the fact that we didn't hang out with him yesterday. Halloween is just around the corner, for those of you who want a head start. First up, we have this adorable pumpkin mask, becoming the cutest pumpkin around town. Oh my goodness, it's wonderful. But wait, there's more. We'll throw in this Halloween candy too. Guess how many? 50! All this for 24,800 yen. This is a special limited product, available today only. You heard right, today only. Should I buy the pumpkin mask? I absolutely should buy the pumpkin mask. It's a really good accessory, surprisingly enough. Next time, we'll be introducing a samurai trading set. Don't miss it. That's it for today. We're all sold out. Sorry, folks. We'll see you next Sunday. Same time, same channel. Before I forget about it, we're able to fulfill one of Elizabeth's fusion requests, by cheating, of course. I'm going to card an Endure skill onto Siegfried. We picked this up a while ago, and I duped it at Naganaki Shrine. We're just going to quickly put that in the place of Slash Boost, and then I duped another Slash Boost so I can replace that. Elizabeth giving us our requisite Twilight fragments for social linking there, but what we really want to do is turn in the Siegfried request. Oh, it seems you've already completed this request. One moment, please, while I check. I see that you have a Siegfried that meets the requirements I specified. That completes this request. Now that you have acquired both Mithras and Siegfried, you will finally be able to execute their special technique.
Very well, then.
Do make good use of it in your battle against the shadows. Please take this as your reward. And we get a Sky Sundress for our efforts. Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna card that Slash Boost back onto Siegfried. And today, we have a variety of text messages. We could be hanging out with Akinari, and as much as it pains me to do this, we're gonna have to hang out with Yukari again today. Since we have the day off, I was thinking of going somewhere. You want to join me? Just let me know. Alright, let's go with Yukari. We should be able to develop a relationship quite well since we have Titania. So this is what this place is like. If I had the chance to actually look around, they have all kinds of stuff. Remember when we could actually buy stuff at B Blue V? I remember, because I've been playing that game recently. Cleanse your soul, let's get purified with charm stones. I actually have to use the log there. This is the magazine clipping, there we go. Wow, that's a fun way to advertise themselves. Oh, look, something's written on the wall. Let's see here. Choose your favorite color. It'll reflect your state of mind. What's your favorite color, Zelakun? Let me see here. That's weird. This is not the dialogue that it says in the, thing I got here. We'll go with 2 here. Ooh, that's a toughie. Let's go with, blue, I guess. Yeah, figures. Yeah, I think it really suits you. Okay, thank God. Apparently the date here is not consistent. My schedule has the completely wrong dialogue choice here. Whatever, I got the right thing anyway. Let's see, people who choose blue are holy. They take infinite joy in the end of days. That's interesting, but doesn't seem realistic. Yukari seems to be having fun. Learned a little more about her today. I don't know how much about spiritual stuff, but I can see how people find it soothing. Oh, look, this one is so cute. The price, not so much. After browsing the store together, we decided to return to the dorm. We, of course, got our friends to talk to once we get home. Junpei? Okay, this is kind of a weird question, but I just gotta ask. Will my time as a superhero end once we're done fighting? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That's what I thought. Well, that's fine with me, honestly. Won't change the bond I have with Chidori. I'll just enjoy being a superhero for as long as it lasts. Hey, looking on the bright side there. Junpei keeps going on and on about how we're heroes or something. Of course, we're saving the whole city, aren't we? Plus, if we beat the next mission, we'll be undefeated. We'll be real heroes. Never really thought about it that way, but I see your point. I guess we better make sure we win the next battle then. I hope so, because otherwise we die horribly, and not really too keen on that. All truth be told, all truth be told. Over here we got Akihiko. This theory applies to sports tournaments as well. When a person is made aware that the next match will be their last one, there are two types of responses. One, they get nervous and stiffen up, preventing them from displaying their true capabilities. Two, they get even more fired up. Needless to say, I'm the second type. Sometimes, I even get fired up while I'm just training. Well, my point is, the more you train, the more you'll clearly recognize when victory is within your grasp. Indeed, indeed. Now, it's a good thing I got Mutatsu to 7 last night, because we can hang out with Ken and max out his characteristic. I studied up a little on coffee beans. Want to test some things out. Do you have some free time right now? Not asked me to join him for coffee. Should I spend... Oh! I'll promise I'll brew it correctly this time. I thought we had him at 2. Whoops, I've been keeping track of that improperly. Silly me, silly me. Oh well, we'll get there eventually.
I'm using different beans today. I went to a coffee shop and bought some real ones this time. I made sure to store them in the fridge, and I only ground them right before brewing. I also learned you need to be mindful of how hot the water is, as well as how you pour it.
Hey, you did a great job, Ken.
Yes, I practiced with the cheaper beans from before, since I can't afford too many of the expensive ones. Although, it was hard to drink all that coffee, so I added a lot of milk and sugar. Well then, let's drink, shall we? Cheers! It's still really bitter. So bitter. But it's not only that. I could actually taste some of the sweetness and richness this time. The beans and brewing technique can make a huge difference, huh? Oh, and the smell was great too. I'm feeling a little nostalgic, actually.
And we get an okay coffee for our efforts.
Thanks for joining me. You can go on ahead. I'm gonna practice a little more to try and get the hang of this. Let's make some more if we ever get the chance. First I gotta use the bathroom. I drank a lot while I was practicing today.
I stayed up a bit too late last night. Didn't expect Miss Teraichi to pull such a legendary move in Mahjong last night. Never had that bad level luck before. Is it because of the month? Ugh, still can't get over it.
Listen.
Who should I ask this one? You, Zeller-kun. In most of Japan, October is considered the month without gods because they're not around, but there's one region that instead calls it the month with gods because that's where they all go. Do you know which one it is? Well, that would be Izumo, right? Bingo! You hit the jackpot! All the gods in Japan gather each year in Izumo to meet and forge relationships with one another. I want to be blessed with a loving relationship too. First I need some money, and then to find love, and then to work hard. So I guess the first thing is I need to go to Naganaki Shrine to pay my respects. Oh, it's already too late. Shoot! But regardless, I've got everyone's respect, and really that's more important. Aigis, you've had so much to say recently. It's refreshing to see. Junpei-san seems to sleep a great deal. He must be conserving energy to remain prepared for combat. It's quite an interesting tactic. Hey, I'll just perpetuate that one for him. I'll do Junpei a solid there. Anyways, we're gonna be hanging out with Yukari again. We've been seeing a lot of her recently. Oh, hey there, Zeller-kun. Are you heading home? I was thinking of going out somewhere first. Seems Yukari wants to walk home with me. And we can grow closer with Titania, and we might grow closer soon. So I think we should spend time with Yukari. Oh, you're coming too? Great! Let's hit the Polonium Mall then. There were a few things I wanted to check out.
Hey, mind if I go take a look at some earrings? I've been wanting new ones, but I can never seem to make up my mind. They're all so cute, you know? There are too many options to choose from. I know! Why don't you come help me pick something out?
Alright.
Yeah! Come on then, let's go! Hang on, I've got a call. Hello? Uh-huh. What? You're not doing it? You want my approval first? Wait, it's fine. You can do what you want to do. What I mean is, if that's what you really want, then go ahead. It's your choice, so you really don't have to worry about me. Well, then, do you want to meet up and talk about it? Hey, stop it. Don't cry. I'll try to call you more too, okay? All right. Bye. That was my mom. She apologized for everything that's happened. She said she won't get remarried until I'm okay with it. That's weird. I can't stop shaking for some reason. Can we sit for a while?
I sat with Yukari until she calmed down.
Sorry about all that. I'm fine now. I was just surprised. I never expected this to happen. I told her we could meet up and talk about her remarriage. I'm nervous just thinking about it.
Do you want to see her, though?
I don't exactly want to. I'm afraid it might get ugly. We haven't seen each other in almost 10 years, so it's not going to be easy. I'm afraid I'll get angry and say something cruel. Still, I think it's time I try talking to her. I've been saying how wrong it is to run away, so I need to live up to my own advice. You know, I think she still misses my dad deep down, but she couldn't handle it. Losing someone so important to her. That's why she needed someone to lean on. I think losing someone you love and having to go on alone is really, really hard. I'm not sure how to explain, but I realized this after being with you. I think being in love means giving a part of yourself away, and that's a wonderful thing. I mean, just in general, you know?
Yukari's feelings are coming out. Seems we've grown closer. And indeed, we've got rank 8 with lovers. I think that's a pretty solid number, if I do say so myself.
The earrings can wait till next time. Let's just go home for today.
I decided to go back to the dorm. Now, over in Portable, we actually do get to shop with Tanaka, because we are, for 10.25, I should say, we do get to actually shop with Tanaka, because we aren't constrained with the date, although I did get a call from Akihiko. I am actually going to be relationship fortuning Akihiko today, but refusing his date allows me to look at what Tanaka is selling, and he's selling a Berserker Seal, an accessory that replicates the high counter ability, so it's not that bad. Plus 3 mega proteins. I don't really care about either of these. I mean, the Berserker Seal is okay. I'm just kind of taking it because I got over 6 million yen. I may as well spend it on something, right? That's it for today. We're all sold out. Sorry, folks. Anyways, let me move on to the thing that I'm actually cutting to this day for. Over in Persona 3 Portable, we can still walk Koromaru, but obviously Mamoru does not exist for the FEMC, so instead we get a unique walk with Aigis. Let's go out for the town with Aigis, get her some fresh air, and maybe get her a little bit more acclimated to living as a person. It seems Koromaru-san enjoys walking with you. Fuuka-san seems different lately than she was before. According to Junpei-san, she is now able to smile clearly. A common saying is that someone seems to be completely different than before. Could that have happened to her? Did someone switch our Fuuka out for this new one? You talked with Aigis for a while. Don't worry, don't worry. I know Fuuka is not some sort of body-snatching victim, Aigis. You don't have to worry about that. Koromaru's done playing. Oh, Koromaru-san, welcome back. Zoe-san, Koromaru-san would like you to give him a bath. Okay. Boy, he's spoiled. Before we finish out the video, we've got one more pop quiz to hit us today. Kenji. Hey, Kenji! Jeez, he's completely out of it. He should start drinking coffee before he comes to class. I don't think Kenji needs any caffeine, personally. How about you, Zoe? Everyone knows that coffee is derived from Arabic, or you should, because I told you that last time. But which one of these things is not Arabic? Well, that would be wristwatches, of course. Bingo, you hit the jackpot. Both Sugar and Magazine had their origins in Arabic. However, they're derived from European languages, not directly from Arabic. You gave the correct answer. Your charm has increased. But the real reason, well, okay, that was also a valid reason. I mostly decided to go with Portable for showing off the pop quizzes because I accidentally just sped through the first one in FES when I was doing the montage. But the real meat of the day is we're hanging out with Akihiko once again. Zoe, what's up? Since you have the star persona Nandi, you might be able to become even closer. Indeed, indeed. Spend time with Akihiko. Alright, let's go. Akihiko seems somewhat happy. Gekkagon High, rooftop. Akihiko brought you here, but said nothing about why. There's no one here. That's a pity, since the wind is so nice right now. Oh, do you come here often, Akihiko? No, not so much lately. Shinji used to come up here when he skipped his classes. He'd fall asleep, so I'd come here when my club activities were over to get him. Akihiko laughs nostalgically. You can see out into the distance from here. It's so far that my eyes start to hurt trying to see it all.
You remember the stuff I told you about my sister? I'm tired of losing what's important. I thought it would be better not to let things get too important than to risk losing them. But lately, I don't think so.
Akihiko looks straight into your eyes.
If I want to avoid that feeling, I have to work to protect what's precious to me. And that means everything precious, including you.
Akihiko looks at you with strength and determination in his eyes. You can sense his resolve. Interesting, though, that it cut to voice acting there. The only time we really get voice acting in a social link is... Akihiko Sonata Social Link has reached level 9. Your power to create personas of the Star Arcana has grown. Akihiko is glaring at you for some reason. Are you mad, Akihiko?
Huh? No, of course not.
Akihiko is flustered. It seems that he wasn't actually glaring at you. Could he be nervous?
So... It's really strange. I really liked hanging out together. I used to, anyway.
Used to? What do you mean, used to?
But now, I feel all tense and on edge. It's the weirdest thing.
I think you're in love, Akihiko.
Love? This is love. Huh. Oh,
Akihiko suddenly turns red.
It already slipped out, but I'd like to know how you feel.
It's an important choice.
Will you be my girl?
Well, Shinjiro is functionally brain dead, and I don't think he's coming out of the coma, and even if he did, I think we might be past the point where we're able to help him with his terminal illness, so you know what? Yeah, let's rebound with Akihiko.
Really?
Akihiko suddenly embraces you.
Oh, sorry. Well then, here's hoping for the best, right? Wow, this got awkward all of a sudden.
You and Akihiko spoke quietly until the sun went down. Afterwards, you went back to the dorm together.
Welcome back.
It will soon be a full moon. In preparation of the final battle, I'm ready to deploy to Tartarus at any time. Koromaru-san appears to be both motivated and prepared as well. Indeed, indeed. And Koromaru also wants to watch DVDs, and I know he's primed to get an ability unlocked, but we're gonna have to save that for next time, because we've gotten quite a bit done in this video, and we're almost done with all the Hangouts. I've still got one more to go for Ken. I lost track of his. For some reason, I thought we did the coffee event twice, but probably I was just, it was that time I swapped it with Mitsuru that I got mixed up. That's neither here nor there, though. Let's update our saves here, and then let's call it a video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.